Hello and welcome to Candy's Crafty Closet.
So I saw something on Camila Craft Designs, and Julie was making these little corner tabs that you could put in your journals. I made one just to start off with, but I think it's a little bit too small, but I'll show you it anyways. Okay, so I just took a piece of white cardstock and cut it down, and then I covered it in some pretty papers, and then I put some labels on it. And the inside you could journal here, and here is a pocket. You could stick something in. Where's something small enough? You see, you could stick something in there if you wanted to. And I think this would go nice in a floral journal, but not the one I have going on right now. And there's the back of it, a cute butterfly, and some labels. So I want to do some more of these, and I like collaging and stuff. And I don't want to work on this journal right now. I don't know. I'm just not inspired to do so. And I've rushed through journals before, and then I don't like the way they turn out, or I make decisions that I wish I wouldn't have made in them. So I'll show you how this is supposed to work. So if you had this, and you could clip it onto your page like that right there, and then you could also, you know, keep a little piece of paper underneath it. Ooh, or if you had, like, this is going to be a pocket, but if you wanted to leave this a flap that you could open up, you could put this, oh, we're gonna have to do it the other way. You could put this here, and that would hold your flap closed. And obviously this does not match this journal at all. I do want to make some that match this, at least one, where I can put this new little concept in a journal, but I want to make a couple because I want to do some like floral, more rustic-y journals after I make this one, because like that seems to be what I'm more drawn to. I just need to find some more big paper for it. But yeah, so we are going to make some more of these little things. I did get these off of Amazon. These are little bitty magnets. The smallest ones are going to be way too small. So if you can see that, those are the 3 sizes that I got. But the smallest one is like 3 millimeters. The second one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 millimeters. And then the next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 millimeters. So I would say a 6x1 would be better, because this smallest one is definitely not a strong enough magnet to be able to hold several layers of paper. What I used on this one here is the middle sized, but I think I'm going to use the larger ones on the next pages, just where I can get a really good hold. But after testing that in my journal, I'm kind of a little bit more, I don't know, what is the word I'm looking for? I trust it a little more. We'll say that. And now that we have selected 2 of our big magnets, like I said, I think this is a little bit too small. I don't know, let's judge it in our journal. Don't know. It might not be too small. So I think any bigger, that's just going to command too much attention on the page. And I don't seem to do journals much bigger than this. So we're going to stick with this. And this was a 2x4. And that's what this is already cut to. 2 by a little over 4 actually. 2 by 4.5. We're going to keep it at that. I'm good with that. And I have already taken a strip from this page here. So let's go with a strip from this. That won't quite cover completely that way, but it will that way, and it will give us a little bit extra for that pocket. And there will be a little bit there. Let's go for that piece there. Alright, so we're gonna go 2 inches. See if that fits. Just about. We can trim it down. Okay, so before we put this paper on it though, we are going to do our magnet. So we're going to fold this in half. All of my kids have bronchitis, so if you hear my little baby in there coughing, I hate it. Oh, when they're sick, I can't believe I actually caught that. It was already on my leg. We're doing good today. I'm going to use my art glitter glue today. I just ordered some more of this and it came with another, you know, tippy thing and another pin. I'm always losing my dang pins. So glad with that. And it came in like a smaller bottle because I got the big one. And it came with a smaller bottle to dispense it into. Oop, that is way too far to the side. We're going to put it like there-ish. On the last one, I went a little bit too far to the edge. Can you see that? Or are we washed out? Let's get in closer. Is that better? But on the last one, I got too close to the edge. And when I was like, you know, trying to lay down my stickers and stuff here, it wasn't enough on the other side to like, you know, grab it good. And I didn't like the way that was. So I think we're going to go for more about that area. It would be about there. So we're going to put that magnet on. And then we're going to just drop this magnet and let it find it. Where we make sure that we are putting it on the correct side because magnets have poles. And they have to be lined up correctly. And then just boop, just drop it. And it will find its friend. And now we're not going to touch it. We're not going to touch it because last time I messed with it a whole bunch right away. And we messed it up. Instead, I'm going to cut down some more of this just to save us some time because I want to do not a mass make, but you know, at least get a couple in. I hear whimpering coming from in there. I'm gonna have to go and look at her. Something is displeasing my darling. We're gonna do this one at 2.5. Just see how that looks. This should be on its way to set. Yep, we're getting there. Good enough. Okay. We're going to lay this on here and like pre-score it first. Just where it'll glue better. Yeah, that would be easier. Let's fold the two. We've got our new fancy mat. Oh, no. We wanted to preserve the top part of that flower. And then that will be our pocket right there. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. It just doesn't look long. It's not long enough. Should we have measured? It's 2 1/4. Beep. We just should have folded it on the paper at this point. Okay, see how it's gonna like pucker around that, but it's okay. We have to cover up our magnet somehow. I can always embellish around it to make it seem not as noticeable. You can always trim the paper off around. Rather have too much paper than not enough. Oh gosh, did you see what we just did? I just tore through my dang paper, so now we're going to have to put an embellishment over that. Just the whole point. Putting the paper over it. So don't press your paper so hard and be aggressive. It's fine. Alright, alright. So now we're going to put glue on this side. We're not going to be aggressive. This paper is super freaking thin though. So thin. So It's not that hard to tear it. So let's press lightly. Just press lightly now. Lightly, lightly. Try not to tear through. It's about to tear through. Light, 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 light. So I think that we're going to have to put something over these magnets if I'm using this particular paper, because this paper is so thin. All these papers, like this paper is not as thin, and that's what I used on the last one, but these two were very, very thin. It's okay. We will cover it up, especially since that one has nothing but like leaves. So we're just gonna run glue just up the very side. That's why I love these tips. And because I know I'm gonna cut off a little bit, I'm gonna come in on this side. But with that tip, I can get pretty precise. And then lay that down. Now that is a pocket on our inside, and since we have that magnet, I'm gonna press holding it up. And nothing happens. And then we're gonna trim off our excess. I think this would be really pretty inked up. Should we ink it? I was thinking that with the last one, but I was like, I just want to get my prototype down and see. Let's ink them. Got my favorite ink. Oh my gosh, where's my pen? Where's my pen? I swear. Where's my pen? Oh, there it is. We're not moving on until we find our pen. I'm sorry. We had to find that. I need somewhere to stick it. Or I need to decorate it like some people do. I need something for this thing. For right now, we're going to stick it in our spring right there. Okay. What were we doing? We were inking. We were inking. We're going to ink this up. Now, this is just Stampability's ink pad and brown. I don't venture out with my ink very much. I mean, I'm just starting out. So I don't have the need for, you know, several different brands of ink yet for me to go through. So I like this one. That's what I'm trying to say. I like it. Just in brown. So look. So we inked up that one. Oh, let's ink up this side. Ink up that side. Get it looking grungy. The first time I ever inked every single edge on a journal, every single page, every single pocket I put on that thing, I inked it. And oh my gosh, it looks so good, but it took a while. And I would just, you know, put my pages in a pile and just go through, and I would ink all of this side, ink all of that side, and then you go through the pages again and like round all my corners, and then move on. It took me forever, is what I'm trying to say. Took me a while. Do we want to round our corners? I don't think this one calls for it. I don't think that other one does either. If we feel like one is giving the vibe of a round corner, we can always put one on. Edge too. Gritty up that edge. Why do we buy all these new things and then we're like, oh, let's make it look gritty. It's just pretty. Just pretty. And see, if I would have thought about it, I would have inked that edge before putting it down. That's some heavy ink. We went a little heavy right there, so we're just gonna drag it down. Make it look like this maybe got burnt. These are so pretty already. I'm excited to have a bundle of these. I'm definitely gonna make more. Like when I just feel like making little clusters, that's when I want to do like the envelope decorating that I showed y'all, or like little things like this. I want to find little things that I can do more collaging, because I seem to really enjoy that. Okay, so we've got our closure. Now we've got to decide which way are you going to go. Are you going to go on the page this way or this way? I think this one is so pretty that it doesn't need anything. But gosh, it's gonna pop through. So afraid, like whoever gets this, they're gonna pop that through. I'm gonna put it this way, where I can do a little something here. So let's decorate this side first. Okay, and I moved all of my little bits into this instead of in that box I had them in. And I like this better, and I put like all of the like things together. So all my teeny weenies, all my words, all my big labels, and then I bought some new labels, but they don't fit the vibe of this. And then these are my black and white ones. I hardly ever will use those. So I put those up there. So let's pull out some things and see what we can do. I went ahead and pulled some bits off camera where you wouldn't have to sit around and watch me figure things out for an hour. So I'm going to start playing around and seeing what I like. We're going to be going off of, you know, covering that. So we need something big enough where the corners are going to wrap around and make contact all the way around. Something like that. I don't really talk through this part, I've noticed, because I am focused. We're focusing. Do we want that one? I didn't want to go with purple. Kind of like the blue. Should we go with the blue? And then he'd help tack down the label that way. Should we go that way? And then I was thinking the two, tack you down there. There-ish. Just thinking something like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So before we put this guy on, we are going to ink it. I have some leftover ink, definitely. Because I'm hard on my inker. I pound that thing for some reason. Give it up! I don't know why I said that so aggressively. Make sure its wing is up on that magnet. Yeah, with 2 layers you won't be able to see. So we're going to start from the magnet, smooth down that way. A little bit of a bubble, but not much. So we want a thin magnet. Oh, my poor babies. I'm gonna be so glad when they're over this. And I caught it too, but I'm feeling so much better. I have not done any filming in the past week and a half because everyone is feeling so crummy. Alright. And it's so dark. I don't know if you could actually still write something on that, and it kind of blends in. But I like it. It's subtle. I like it. Okay, now for this side, we're going to do something simple, I think, because it is already such a pretty page. So I'm thinking something just like up in this corner. Should we put that just tucked in behind? Yep. I think so. I'm trying not to be so faffy today. That's what Julie would say. She's faffing. Why are you faffing about? But I faff. I faff a lot. I think I'm going to steal her word because what other word describes it better than faffing? You just faffing? I love her. If you have not been over to Camila Craft Designs, oh my goodness, you should. Her stuff is definitely like the style that I like all her Edith Holden stuff she's doing right now. Oh my goodness. But also she's just so open with using her stuff, if that makes any sense. Like, I hoard my stuff. Like, oh no, we can't use all this paper. We've gotta keep a sheet for, you know, something else. I like that. Even though it kind of blends in, this would go really good in a really rustic floral journal. So look, boom, just like that. We got 2. Well, y'all didn't see me make that one, but I've got 2 slightly different sizes, and that is fine. Ooh. And when we open it up, we've got our polqueta and our little journaling space. Okay, And now since that was a stronger, oh, I just heard a door. I'm gonna have to go see who just escaped. My mom brain can't let me. We gotta go.
You calling me my phone?
She hadn't even left the room. We were fine. She just shut my bedroom door. Okay, we wanted to test out the hold on that bigger one. So let's get a piece of like cardstock. Here's a piece of cardstock. This is cardstock. Yeah, would hold that just fine. Hold it really good. So this one, I still think we would be fine with the middle sized. I mean, it's not as good, and this definitely doesn't shake around as much. But I think we could get away with the smaller ones if that's all you could find. So there is an example of the two, what they would look like on the page. You could even do a middle thing like that. That would be really pretty too. You could bring it down to the bottom. You could put it at the top. Oh, we might need to make some that are oriented this way, you know, for a top clip. Okay, we're gonna make another side one for now. Let's do this size, and I think I'm gonna stay away from this decorative paper unless I'm doing extra layers. Sure, let's not get that. I think we're gonna use this again, and we're gonna go for, do we want that piece or do we want that piece? Because if we leave just that piece, all we're gonna have is all them words. But then we'll have all the stuff about the yarrow. Oh, I think I want this piece here. Okay, so let's measure this piece and see what it is. A little over 2.5 by 8.5. We need to go down to 4. We need to go down to 4. So a little over 2.5 and 4.5. Okay, so we're gonna go over a little over 2.5. I want to make sure we get all that flour at least. Yeah, we got it. And then we can use on the next one. Make sure our piece of paper fits in there. Yep, boom, and we can cut it down. Okay. Fold this in half. Now this one is not going to be a perfect square, but I don't mind that. We can get 2 more of our magnets. Let's go for the thick ones again. I like their hold better. Okay. Separate. Probably the messiest part of this whole thing. I held on to that magnet good last time. I couldn't hold on to it. Beep, beep. Okay. Let them find each other. I thought I was going to have a coughing attack there, and I held it together. I held it together. Alright. Boop. And then drop her. And then set it to the side. Don't touch it. Alright. Since we're going to trim it anyways, I'm just going to get as close to one of the corners as I can. And make sure you're paying attention to all your corners. All your edges. Okay. Then we're going to do this one. And then bring that up and around. My hope is by the time I start making my floral journals, I want to do a couple more of these. Like, you know, just doing little projects and stuff. Little mass makes of stuff. And then, once I get enough stuff, like in my ephemera, I don't know what you call it. thing I put my ephemera in, then I will have enough to, you know, quickly add to my journals. I don't have to be like making as I go, because that's what takes all the time. It's like making all the extras and stuff. But then I have found that they're not like specific enough to the journal for me. But I have a lot of like scrapbook packs from my aunt, and a lot of them have themes, and you know, I want to keep all the stuff in theme, but it is hard to fit like these pre-made things in, it seems like. Okay, so we're not going to glue this, we're just going to pre-fold it though, where we can trim it right. Alright, hopefully I'm in camera while I'm doing all this. Hopefully. Okay, so before we before we glue down anything else, I don't know why I started there, that's going to be covered up. We're going to ink all the way around. This might be a little bit too dark, like this is going to be a grungy, gets a very grungy feel to it. Maybe I should switch to my lighter brown. We'll go with this for right now. Around the edges of this one. And then when we fold it down, it'll have a little bit of ink in. It's hard to get it on these thin papers sometimes. Okay. And we're going to go around to the outside. Maybe we shouldn't dip it as much. Maybe we should just use what's on there. But then you got to work harder at it. I like the dark and grungy. So I just need to find more papers that accommodate this types of journals. If you make junk journals yourselves, like where are y'all getting your more vintagey papers? Because I have not located them yet. Okay, that's all inked up. We're going to do our pocket. Really thin bead of glue. Then fold it up. So we have that magnet underneath. We want to get it straight so we can pick it up and squeeze the ends. Alright. Close her up and decide which way we want to go. We already have a beautiful flower going that way. I kind of don't want to cover up the words there. I think we're going this way. Okay. Alrighty, alright. I think we need a bigger labels for this one because we've got more real estate. I said that I was not going to pull them out while y'all were watching me. You wouldn't have to deal with the mess of indecision. I don't even like the tones of those. That was the one thing about having them in the separated tones that was beneficial. I haven't used any of these yet. Could use that big guy. Let's see how we feel about that one. And I really want to use this sideways butterfly. I like when butterflies are not, you know, like in that orientation all the time. And give me some interest to that butterfly. And then we need some brown. A small brown bit. We don't like the one. I seem to be using these circle numbers a lot, these here, but I really like them. Let's try to at least go for a different tone. Could do that. It's not brown. We did use blue on the last one. Sneak a brown triangle. No, I like that. I like that. Let's do that before we change our minds. It's just not giving me the payoff that I deserve. But then I'm like, whoa. Let me end it there. Maybe I shouldn't press as hard. Maybe it's a pressure thing. Do we want this one askewed? Nope, I think we want him pretty straight on. About right there-ish. Let him pucker on that side. And then put our butterfly. I don't mind these with like the kind of see-through-ish background. I don't like the ones that are like on the white paper. Where would we rather him pucker? Down here. Down there. Okay, now there's plenty of layers. on top of that, and then our circle just there. Okay, and I know these all look kind of similar, but like that's what I'm kind of going for, you know, get the same concept going and just remake that a couple of times where I can reuse them in similar situations for my journals. And also 3 elements, I think that's more than enough. Like 2 elements, more than enough. We don't want to overload these little guys and make them look junky. I really want to use this one, but like the green is just not an... Maybe if I ink it. Let's ink it and see how we feel about it. Yep, we already feel better about it. It needed some grunge. It was just too pristine looking. Grunge it up. There we go. So we're going to take a Ticket to Anywhere. But we have decided that we're going to just put a little label right down here, and we can write something on it if we want to. And I inked it up because it was looking too white. So let's put that as straight as we can. There-ish. And then our Ticket to Anywhere. Where's our magnet even? Oh, our magnet's there. We still covered it. Okay. Alright, and that kind of blends in. So do I want something up here? Do I want another butterfly? Or do I want an actual flower? Because that looks kind of plain now. Maybe we need a flower. If we can get that up. We could put the flower behind it. Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's put this flower behind. There you go. Yeah. I like that better. Give it a little pop of color right there. Just to dull it, to dull that white. I'm going to just take my inker and just rub it over that exposed sticker. Just to dull it, just a little, so that white's not yelling at us. Do we like that? Yeah. Definitely like that side. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So there are 3 little corner tags that you could add on to any journal. And not only can you journal on the inside of them, but they have a little secret pocket. And I did on the inside of this one, you can see I did washi tape and I did a little stamp. Do I have purple? I think I have a purple that I could add to this. I have this here that I got from Temu. I think we should go the opposite of the purple and go with this one. Them the same, right? Gonna ink up the stamp just a little. Now let's just rub it over the whole surface. Scrunch that up a little. Put that right there. So cute. Just give a little element to the inside. Which one do we want for this one? Which way do you open? Thisy way. We almost need a sticker here. Don't you agree? Oh, something, something. Could we sneak on another 5? Did we do as many 5s as I thought? We did a 5 on that one. Oh, we did a 2 on that one. Okay, I guess not. We just seem to be going for the brown numbers. I don't think I have anything that small. Like a sticker that small. Maybe one of these labels? I'd really use some of these too instead of just all my little ones. But I like to be able to like place them, you know, the individual bits. I seem to go for this book. Like I've literally not used a single one out of here. It's nice to try to look, right? Small butterflies on these. What color did we go with? We went with the orange. Did you go in my pocket? I did. I'm gonna go for this one here. And it's close to the stamp. I get quiet when I'm cutting, I've realized. We've got to concentrate now. We're gonna mess something up. Alright, we're still gonna put this label behind him, I think. Put it like right there. And then put him here. Oh, we're covering up our yarrow facts now. I don't want to cover up the word yarrow. Right there. We can still see yarrow. Okay. And we're going to cut out the stamp on this one. Ugh. Come on. Alright. Okay. Put that aside. I'm going to place this just there. Ooh, cute. Yes, do we like? So now we have 3 little examples of our little corner clips that you could use. Well, for the corner, you could use for the side of your page, the bottom of your page, the top of your page, however you would like to orient them. I think those are so cute. And so I'm probably going to sit here and make a couple of more of these off camera, but I just wanted to show y'all this little project of what I've got going. And yeah, share these little bits. I think these are so pretty, even though this paper is so thin. I love that one. I love it. You can barely see that from, but it's okay. I think they have just enough on them where they're not going to take away from whatever you have them clipped to. Just enough. So I hope that you enjoyed doing this little bitty project with me today, and I hope that you join me in the next one in my crafty closet. And I will see y'all next time, guys. Go out there and find something small that makes you happy. Bye.